So something interesting really happened. Last month, as a family, my family, we were going through something. And then my kid sister goes to say, she says, we might not be the richest family or the wealthiest family, right? But I think we are rich in family. And that really struck me, that statement, rich in family, because it's intangible, but it's something that, it got me thinking, it provoked my thoughts to say, okay, truly we are rich in family, and it's such a blessing to have people around you can lean on to, go through life generally together. So,
wow, rich in family.
Yeah, rich in family, and it's a blessing, I think.
I think that's actually what we need in this life.
Yeah,
because when they talk about richness, a lot of things come to mind.
yeah.
But that rich in family,
it's so intangible, but
Yeah.
yet needed,
honestly,
right? Because you cannot quantify it per se when you're talking about rich in family. Because when she said that, I was really thinking, for money, for cars, for whatever we associate with wealth, there are tangible things you can quantify. But when someone says you are rich in family, these are things you cannot quantify. They are intangible, yet necessary. If you have them, it's such a blessing.
Wow. I love that. That's food for thought.
Abby?
That's food for thought.
Yeah.
So, whether it's your ride or die best friend, your mom, a family member, your therapist, or even a mentor that is always cheering you on, we all need people. Not just any people, the right people. So there's this Zulu proverb that I learned. Shout out to my
Zulu. Okay.
Shout out to my SA Connect. Okay. So it goes like this: Umuntu, Mumuntu, Yabantu.
Wait, hold on. Umuntu, Mumuntu, Yabantu. SA folks, please forgive me, but I'm trying to. So what does that mean?
So it means a person is a person through people, through other people.
Such a deep meaning.
Like a person achieves greatness through because of people
around.
Like we all need people in life. So that's what it basically means. What's up, people?
Hi,
people. It's in the happen.
Things they happen, things are really happening in this world of chaos. Like social media is not easy. Everything, things they happen. But you can testify that things are really happening. The world is crazy.
And this is Nigeria.
This is Nigeria. The world is crazy, honestly. And we're not meant to do life alone in this craziness. We're not meant to do life alone. I mean, that's why I think God created Eve, because he looked at the man and said, this life, if you do I'm alone, I have to bring somebody to, just be sort of your companion or even your support, So that's why I think the circle of support, that system around you, those people around you, it could be a group of people or even that one person, but they help you go through or navigate life's challenges, or they care about your general well-being, your growth trajectory, or how you just progress in life. We're not meant to walk life alone. This reminds me of, that one time in my life where I had just had my second child. And then I think she was about maybe 2 weeks old or so. And I was sleeping. I had just finished breastfeeding her. And then I was sleeping. So I just put her beside me. And then we both slept off, right? And she was crying. She was crying, but I had gone. Like I was deep in the sleep.
Wow.
I did not even hear a thing.
Wow.
She was
sure how exhausted you must have been.
Luckily for me, my mother-in-law, she said she was hearing the noise and she was saying, is the mother not there? Why is she crying? And my daughter had such a loud voice.
Yeah.
She's like, when she wails, she cries. So, and then she came into the room, opened the door, and she saw me fast asleep.
Wow.
And then she picked her up. So by the time I got up and I looked around, I didn't see my daughter. I'm like, where the baby went? So when I went downstairs, I saw my mother-in-law with her. And
Mm.
I was like, did she wake up? And she was like, she was screaming. Her mouth was literally in your ear. And then I
Wow.
just knew you were exhausted. In that moment, she came through for me. You know, she understood that I was really exhausted. I didn't even hear. And I could tell you, I don't still know how that happened. That she was so close to me with her loud voice crying and I didn't hear her. You know, these are things we in life. We need this support. We need, however it, in whatever form, shape it comes, we need it because they have a great impact to how we walk this life, the quality of life we live, to how we even see life generally. For instance, you can say, you know, the support around you, they kind of mirror your standards. You know, those things you perceive as normal. Those, if you're around people that settle for less, that stay in one, you know, they're just complacent or they normalize dysfunctional things, you know, you naturally begin to see those things as normal. You know, those things that ordinarily you were not raised or you don't see as normal or you don't consider them as such a big deal. But because you have these people around you, naturally you start to see those things as, oh, this is nothing. But when you have people who, you know, are grounded, who push you to constantly achieve those things, who, you know, affect your life.
Be your best self.
Exactly, in a positive way. You know, it helps you regarding the way you see life generally. And plus, I mean, your support system or your circle affects your mental state or your emotional well-being.
100%.
And that goes to the core of your existence because I think the mind controls the physical, you know. So if you have people who are negative, who prioritize competition over collaboration, who, you know, they dismiss your thoughts or your feelings or invalidate those things, you kind of, it tends to make you insecure. You know, aside from this insecurity, you're exhausted mentally, you are anxious, you know, anxiety
and even feeling drained.
Yeah, because that affects the quality of life you live.
Yeah.
But you have people who cheer you on, who even clap for you, who makes you, you know, they keep you grounded. You know, they cheer you on in those your silent wins without having their own insecurity. Just from that genuine space, you know, they help you. And I think the impact of your support system, your circle of friends, or those people around you can really never be overemphasized because they affect how you perceive life generally, how the quality of life, how you do life. Because, and it's very important, the role they play in our lives because they help exactly in your growth trajectory. They help you. They help you to how you scale from, you know, how you transcend from different seasons of your life. They, you know, have you ever wondered why some people, maybe you have some people around you and you share a thought with them or you share something you want to do, a project you want to take, and first of all, they have a negative response. They go, how you could think do that thing? It's hard. You sure say if you do you know, stuff like that. Or, you know, but when you surround yourself with people that, you know, they know it's not easy, but they kind of push you to achieve those things because they know you have it in you to achieve them. Exactly. You know, the impact of your support system, your circle is large. It goes to the core of your existence. It goes to that core because they even, you know, they protect your space. They are kind of like your shield or your peace, or they even keep you grounded when you are overwhelmed. You know, the thing about being overwhelmed is, you know, when you're overwhelmed, you kind of think of being overwhelmed is only when you have challenges in life or those negative parts. There's also positive overwhelming because those things you've been praying for, saying, God, please give me this, or God, please help me with this, and they finally align, and maybe they align at the same time.
Some people call it good problem.
Yes, good problem. You know, those circle of people you have around you, they help you stay grounded in the sense that they help you not forget yourself. You know, because sometimes some of these things can be overwhelming and you begin to either derail from your morals or from the things that you know,
it gets
your
so into you that you don't know what
and you don't even know you're doing it. But that circle of people around you, that person would see and say, oh, remember, you know, this is just a season. I know you've gotten what you wanted. Make sure to focus so that you get more value from, you know, whatever
to direct for direction.
Exactly, that you have. You know, but another thing about it is that I think with support, people don't really know when they need it, or how,
How?
yeah, to, how to even ask for that support.
So they say no man is an island. So we all need support.
Yeah.
So today we'll be exploring circle of support.
Yeah, because I think about that circle of support. People don't really know when they need that help. They don't know if they need the help. And they don't even know how to receive that help when it comes, or even reciprocate, right? Because a lot of times you get to the point where um you are overwhelmed, you are burnt out, and then somebody calls in to check up on you and say, okay, that's
And you're
how
not
far,
answering.
and you're
Yeah.
not answering,
Yeah, that's
or yeah,
that's part of the that's part of what happens for you to know that you need support. First of all, a lot of people, everyone needs support.
it's not something you may or may not, because somebody's self-sufficient.
Of course.
We all need that
Of course.
at each point in our life.
So when you look at yourself, you examine yourself, you notice that you're feeling drained,
Yes.
or you're feeling really down, you have to call for support. If you feel like, oh, my phone is ringing, oh my goodness, I don't want to talk to anybody
Yeah.
now,
But
that's a
what do you
sign.
do to get out of that point? You don't want to talk to people. They are calling you and you don't want to talk to them. You just want to be on your own.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't really know when they need support.
That's true.
So that's a very big sign that you need support.
So not knowing that you need support is a sign
That you need
that
support.
you need support.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and a lot of people don't even know how to receive support. They can give, but they don't know how to receive support. Because some people feel, oh, I don't want to disturb anybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to take my troubles
feel-
and go to someone, or I don't want to carry my story or whatever is happening to me to somebody because I don't want it
The
out
thing is
there.
that they fear judgment. They fear judgment. That's why they don't want to
Yeah, in as much
let themselves into telling someone, oh, this is what I'm going through. Or these are the challenges I'm facing. They have that fear.
But in as much as you have the fears,
Yeah.
you still need support.
Yeah.
I like to see support as a vaccine.
Okay.
The vaccine, you don't have to be down before you
Yeah.
take a vaccine. You have to take a vaccine to prevent
that point where you are okay.
Exactly.
Okay,
so
we break
even
down.
if you break down, you can survive it.
Okay. Because
So
of that vaccine
yeah,
that is
support.
already, so the support is the structure. The
Yeah.
vaccine. Okay.
So
I get what you're saying.
you don't have to you don't have to ask for support when you're already in crisis. Support
Okay.
helps you stay grounded.
Yes, and
It helps
overcome that crisis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it helps you stay well, it helps you stay sane, and it helps you stay fit. Because even if we are talking about what is this thing called again? The life expectancy.
Yes, yes.
So statistically speaking, and even scientifically proven,
Yeah.
so people tend to live longer when they have support.
They have support.
In fact,
yeah.
50%.
I agree with that.
People tend to live longer
because they help alleviate that burden.
Exactly. 50% more when they have support.
Yeah.
And when they don't have support, maybe when they're isolated or something, they tend to live lesser.
Yeah.
By up to 25 to 32% or so.
Asking for support is not a sign of weakness. I don't think it's a sign that you are weak.
At all.
Because we are not meant to do life alone.
all.
It's a sign that, oh, I need help in this area. I think you can provide that support for me to overcome this particular change or challenges I'm facing at the moment. And with support, I think support can be fluid. It mustn't come from the same person all the time. That's why you need to, be open to exploring different forms of support when they come. It mustn't be an entire group of people. It mustn't be family. It can be chosen family. Maybe you have this group in church where you belong, or even at the gym. It comes in different forms and with different people. It mustn't be that, okay, it has to be a circle of friends that you meet every Thursday, and then maybe you are now sharing your personal experience. It might just be that one person who lives thousands of miles away that you can just pop by and call and say, see you, and the person gives you that word of comfort, or just help you alleviate that burden that you're already feeling. It comes anywhere. And sometimes you haven't you experienced a situation whereby, okay, let me tell you something.
Okay.
There was this day I was taking my son to school, and then the school drop off. He for some reason, children, he didn't want to walk on his own, so I had to carry him. So when I carried him, I was with his lunch box, his school bag. So I was in that moment, it looked like, or I was even struggling to just handle everything and to go drop him.
Yeah.
And then a parent called by, I was like, let me help you with the bag. And it helped. It made it easier. We went and we dropped him off. In that moment, I didn't think that I needed any support to do anything. So, but it came, and I received it well because I actually needed it, and it didn't make me less of a person or a person.
Yes.
I was just struggling with, oh yeah, let's go. So that's one thing about, support. But I think also support is something that needs to be reciprocated.
Yes. I think as at last year, so I was working and I was also nursing. So I had a baby. I live. In fact, this is even based down on support, or based on support rather.
Yeah.
So I have a support system at home that helps me with my baby, because if I don't have a support, how will I be working with nursing a baby at the same time? So it was really hard for me because I felt guilty. This mom guilt thing they talk about.
Yes.
I felt really guilty, and I'm not focused at work, and I leave early. I try to come back early, and things where once I come back, I just try to bond with my child as much as, because exactly, and my child is happy, just doing his own thing.
Yeah.
So this particular day, I spoke. There's this woman, Madam Dorothy. So I had to go to her. Although my boss then, she was really nice to me, and she really gave me that support as much as she could that I needed. So I went to the woman, this Madam Dorothy. Then I asked her. I told her I'm finding it hard because I've looked at it. It's either most times I just cry. I go to work. I just enter the bathroom and I cry. I
let it out.
Cry. So I went to her and I told her, I'm tired. I want to stop. I want to quit. She said, okay, what's the matter? Just tell me, what's the problem? So as a mother and as a matured person and as someone that works, that does the same work, so she could relate. She has children. So at least what I was going through.
The journey.
Exactly. So I went to her and I explained everything. She said, okay, how do you feel? Like, she was my therapist, to be honest, because I left her feeling rejuvenated. I left her feeling very good. I left her feeling, okay, I'm proud. He said, do it for your child, because even your child will be happy that you did this.
You live.
You
took that support so that
because
you can go out to live your life or even do other things.
As long as they are comfortable, they are comfortable, they are safe, they are healthy. Then
it was nice that in that moment she understood and provided that support that you
in fact, it was God that led me to her.
Support can be a one-time thing.
Yeah, of course.
It's not much that it has to be repeated. Like that same person will keep on giving you or providing you that support. It can just come, in that moment. The person is there, and that's why I think, for example, if you have an expectation on somebody to provide you with support because you're going through either your partner or maybe your family and they don't provide it, you can look elsewhere. It mustn't be static that it has to come from this set of people or this group of people. That's why support can just be a one-time thing.
Or sometimes it's good to hear it from other people so you can have a different look at it.
I think so. I think that support as a whole, for me, I like to see support as fluid. It goes through different seasons, depending on the season you are. That's why when people say, I think I agree with that time when they say you outgrow your support system.
Yes,
because if they're not providing the support that you need at that time, you can take intentional steps and now look elsewhere for that support.
And that is evaluating your circle.
Yeah. Wow. Evaluating your circle feels like an exam. So you have to
evaluate your circle.
Yeah.
Like you said, you mentioned something about editing your circle.
Yes. You have to edit.
You have to edit
this person
your
doesn't
circle.
check or doesn't match or whatever. Okay, check out. And it's not bad. And to that person that you actually, said, okay, this person is not fitting into my circle at this point. It's not such a bad thing. Because life, like I said, life is fluid. You go through different seasons. you can be in your girl boss era, you can be maybe in your mommy era or your entrepreneur era, or just different seasons of your life. And support, maybe the people you had at that season cannot transcend into the next season to provide that support. It's okay to do away with them. Or maybe for some reason they change to become toxic. It's okay. And not for you to have that expectation that it must, or they have to. If you're lucky, if you're lucky to have that one person that has gone through life with you, that's a blessing. But if you don't have it, you don't have to stick to that person or stick, and you have to look elsewhere.
But you know, it's actually better to even have support in different angles, because a person cannot know it all.
Exactly. You cannot feel all.
Yes, because you can't be a pro in all in everything. So when you're
the person that is giving you that one, if you want to get all the support from one person, at some point the person will be tired of you.
Of course,
because everything you're calling the person only you get one.
Of course,
you understand. So I think it's like you said, it's good to evaluate your system or the circle of people around you, because first of all, I think I like to see it in, first of all, I look at the role they play in my life at that point, because that would help me understand the gaps that I'm missing. Say, okay, this person is my prayer partner, or this person I tell him everything. Oh, my husband is my this. Oh, okay, my sister, I tell her everything. In fact, if I have a problem with an Okada man on the road, I'll call her. You know, you evaluate it in that light, and you now know, oh, there's really nobody I call to cry. Oh, I really don't have anybody I call to vent. You know, then you now know, you now start taking intentional steps towards, you know, getting that support you need in those areas. Yeah. I think that, and also with support, I like to see support as something that we dismiss all the time, but it's necessary to walk through life. Some people think that they are self-sufficient, and that's a bad way to live, because you would break down. You would, you know, when they said, you've seen a lot of people that keep things to themselves, or they're just taking, and eventually they burst out. And the ripple effect of that, you know, outburst or outcry or whatever, is usually not good. Just like you said, with support, see it as a vaccine, as a structure you are building for yourself to hold you grounded when you are going through that. Not that it's at that point that, you know, you are going through that. But if you're lucky, some people actually get that support in the time that they need it. Like, it just comes. And how do you receive it? You know, aside from that, support is not only going to go and collect. You yourself.
Are you giving support? Also? So when you're evaluating your circle, there are certain questions you should ask yourself. So you're looking at it like, who do I feel comfortable with?
Okay.
You're looking at it like, who drains me? Who do I talk to, and I'm always feeling drained after talking to the person. So you're looking at it like,
so in the positive and negative
light, you're going to look at it in the positive side and the flip side. So who makes me happy, or who do I call to cry with, and who do I call to share my good news, and they're happy, they're genuinely happy for me. So that are some of the things that we have to look out for. And again, we should also ask ourselves, are we the support system, or are we the support that those our support system need, or they can bring to their own circle?
And another thing about support is, what are the things you do to, because let's say you're building the circle around you, because it's an intentional step to build that support you want. What kind of person are you? What kind of energy do you have? What kind of people do you attract to yourself? Because you also have to work on yourself to be kinder, to exude positive energy, so that you can gravitate towards, you know, good people like you.
Because they say aura for aura.
Exactly. Because if you are
energy for energy,
toxic, and then you are looking for a cool, calm, peaceful person, I don't see how you can, you know, naturally, I don't see how you can, you know, attract those kind of persons into your life. You know, so it's important, you know, for us to look at our environment, look at our circle, and environment, not necessarily immediate environment, because you can have support and they live thousands of miles away from you. But once but they are a phone call away from you. Once you call them and say, hey,
they are ready to
see what's
talk with
happening.
you,
They are ready to like
advise you,
exactly
and things
just
like that.
put in those words, just to pour into you those positivity you need to, those positivity you need to just, be the best version of yourself. You know. So are you a safe space? Oh no, you're my safe space. See the way you looked at me like, what
Do
kind
you
of
know what
question
you're
is
talking
that?
about?
Well, truly, are you just a safe space to me, or generally you are a safe space
Yeah,
to
of course.
people?
No one is perfect, but we're always striving to be the best we can be.
Yeah.
So of course, I would consider myself with all humility, but I'll consider myself a safe
Yeah.
space in all humility.
It's a journey that you have to constantly pour into. You have to be intentional. It's something we are constantly evolving into, being a safe space, or even being that one person, or not even just being kind. Even
Yes.
being kind enough is even supportive. You don't have to be. Sometimes being silent too is also support.
Yes, because you can sometimes when you want to ask for support, I feel you should just go straight to the point.
Yeah.
Be direct. You
Yes.
don't have to feel like, oh, I don't want to burden this person.
But then again,
Just
it's a hard thing
yeah,
because
but you just have to let it out.
I guess when people think that asking for support makes them look weak, but that's a wrong mindset. That's a wrong mindset because where you go, you go jam your head for wall, and nobody's going to be there to help you. So ask for that help. If you need help, you. It might just be that you know you're at that point where you are finding it hard to even pray. You need help. You need somebody that would, walk you through that your spiritual journey.
Yeah.
It might be they are dealing with maybe fitness issues, or you want to you want to start living healthy, and then you can ask for support. That doesn't make you look
Less
weak
of a
or less of a
person.
person, and then people should stop even judging people. That's why we said you that you're asking for support.
Are you
What is
always
your
are
own?
you
Are you
are you a
always
support?
judging? Are you always judging people? When somebody comes to tell you, your face doesn't even change. You are judging the person already without even understanding where
What
that person
is coming
is
from?
coming from. Because to provide support, you have to be humble enough to understand that person's journey so as to know what you're providing. Not already guarded, or the person is telling you
Yeah,
something.
you
You
have to
start,
have
you
empathy
start,
to be
yeah,
able to deal with.
you start admonishing the person why you don't do this, why all those things. I think, it's it's a blessing when you have that support.
I've actually met someone
Yeah.
that they will say, oh, why are you nice? Why are you nice? I'm just trying to help you. I can see you need help. Just accept it and move on. So there are a lot of people like that.
They start
they are so
questioning your
guarded.
niceness.
Yes, they are so guarded that they think, oh,
I have
they
a
are
friend.
questioning, or they are looking at it twice, whatever you're trying to do for them.
I have a friend that told me that she's constantly in the position where people think that if she's nice, she
She
probably
has
wants,
ulterior
yes,
motive.
ulterior motive, or she wants to be your friend. She's like, this is me. The core of me is that I'm nice. So if I'm nice to you, then you take it and leave or not.
To be honest, I don't even like to call it niceness. I like to call it kindness.
Okay, so what's the difference between being nice and being kind?
I think being kind is like an attribute. Being nice is just an English word.
So being kind goes deeper because
Exactly.
it shows this is the core of you, who you are.
Exactly.
But being nice might just be a one-time thing. You're just nice
Nice.
because
Maybe that day you're in a good mood. I just want to be nice.
yes, and then
Yeah.
maybe somebody is smiling at you, you just smile back, and then you turn and you frown. That's being nice. I just because you're being nice, that's why you
Yeah.
just have that quick smile,
Nice.
and then turn back. I get the point. Kindness is more, you know, more
Inborn.
into with, yes, inborn with the core of who you are, the qualities of you as a person, to be kind, right? And being kind don't necessarily mean that you are a stepping stone. People can actually work on or
That's
something.
another
Yeah,
thing. People take advantage. They tend to take advantage of your kindness,
yeah. We
your
have that a
help,
lot in the
and
world.
I feel that's even more reason why a lot of people don't render support.
I hear people say, like for example, with maybe your house helps or your domestic staff, and you say, you be nice to them or kind to them because that's who you are. And then I hear there was a day one lady told me that she's not nice to anybody again. Well, she's coming from her own personal experience because, of course, we don't show her shady and she doesn't want to be nice again
Anymore.
or kind again. She's like, no, no, no. So a lot of people change. But me, I kind of think that if this is the core of who you are, just stay true to
Who you are.
Who you are as a kind person. You don't necessarily need to change because of people.
Yeah.
They really don't deserve it. You find a person, someone who is not kind or who is not receiving that joy or who is taking it for granted will finally get what is coming for them. Truly.
Or when someone does something bad to you, and people are like, "Oh, it's your fault because you were so kind to the person."
Hey! I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot.
They start blaming you.
But just imagine you are the one that is being kind. Somebody hurts you. You don't say, okay, the person did not do well. They have to now say you are the person that is at fault. Why
Because
were you kind
kind.
to that person? That's actually a wrong way to live. I think
Honestly,
it's a wrong way to live. I believe that if you are kind, you should be kind. This is who you are. And then if you are not kind, strive to be kind. That's the whole.
honestly,
That's the
I
whole
beg.
long and short of it. Not that you start chiding the person and saying, "Why were you kind?" Now they do good people. They don't use you and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think I have a game for us today.
Okay.
It's a funny game, but I'm just going to read it out. And then let me read out the rules of the
Game
game.
time.
That's mostly the most, interesting part for our segment. I like game time because, after all the...
That's your favorite part.
Okay, so let me look out for something. So this is... So the game is called In My Circle
Okay.
or Nah.
Okay.
So I'm going to read out a few things to, for us to say, okay, if we have those kind of persons in our circle or no, we don't.
Okay.
So, so do you have that someone who hypes you up in public but never checks on you in private?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have that person.
Yeah.
Or maybe if I go deeper, maybe I'll find that one person. But the person may not be in my close circle.
Yes.
It might just be that
Acquaintance. Yeah.
not necessarily that this is now your circle of support. So here this one. A friend who reminds you of your boundaries when you forget them.
Boundaries. Is it boundaries in terms of how we relate or how people relate with me or how?
Maybe boundaries in general. Someone who also say, no, you have to cut the line here. No, this is not right or stuff. Do you have just kind of people?
Yeah, I have. I have. I think that's actually a positive thing. Maybe boundary that they see me how I relate with people and they advise me or tell me.
Okay?
Yeah.
That makes sense. This is funny. Someone who borrows your wig and never returns it. I don't think I have that person.
No.
Well, family is not qualified because as family, especially when you have younger ones, you always would
younger sisters. Younger sisters.
Younger sisters, they always have to raid your wardrobes or stuff like that. But I think it's a privilege for them to do that.
Honestly, because I do that to my big sister. Because...
Yes. I remember one time I came to school. Then in the university, I came and I saw my sister has nice stuff. Like literally just closed my box. And I said, shopping. So I don't have that person in my circle. Someone who will borrow my wig. So I won't consider family as that in this category. But I don't have that person. Yeah. Do you have that one friend who prays with you and sends you memes when you are down?
I have.
For example, you have that one person you are in a relationship with. The person sends you reels. That's what I mean. Relationship.
Say that again.
You have that one person, right, who prays with you and send you memes when you are down. Do you have that person in your circle?
I have.
I do.
In fact, more than one. I'm looking at one.
Please, wait, I don't see. Which one?
Come and sit in my eyes.
Point of view.
Yeah.
Okay.
POV.
So, do you have that one person who makes everything about themselves? Even your birthday, they must shall put themselves inside your own situation. Even
no, I don't have. I don't have because that kind of behavior. Once I start it, it's cut off.
Out. You don't even have time to materialize or even to mature. Once you just cite the BS out. Okay. Do you have that sister or that friend who sent you a voice note that sounds like a TED talk when you're spiraling,
Okay.
however it's pronounced? Do you have that one person that sends you voice notes?
Or maybe calls.
Fun fact: when you send me a
Calls.
voice note, right?
Mm.
Because of I'm learning, I'm learning to listen to it in the natural speed. But I times 5, 1.5
Do you
or
know? Do
something
you know?
if you send me voice notes,
It's actually more interesting when you put it on times 5,
yeah,
1.5,
because you
or
just
times 2 times.
and then the person has finished rapping and you,
Yes, it's
and
actually
now
funny and
that has now
interesting.
become my default setting.
Mm.
Because if you send me a voice note
It's on 1.5.
yes, and if I now change it to 1, like it's slow, my brain is not like we need to fast. We need to. Do you have that one friend who brings jollof rice and wine, or who brings food generally to you when life is lifing?
Yes. Okay. Let me say this one quickly. So when I moved to Abuja newly, I I had my first child, my
Yeah.
daughter. So during that period, I was a stay-at-home mom that period. So my baby was still very small, and sometimes I can't go around going to the market buying
Yeah.
things. So there's this lady, my church member. She's a friend. I'll always write a list and send to her. She has her
Oh.
own family,
Yeah.
she has her own things.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send her the list.
And she'll go and get it for
She'll
you.
get it for me,
Oh, I
and
have
she'll
that
bring
one.
it to
I
me.
have that one
And
person.
it got to a stage that I was like, okay, I don't want to be doing this. But she will ask me, she'll call me, are you okay? Do you want me
Yeah.
to help you? Because she knew maybe she has passed through that stage
Yes,
and
and
she
she
knew
knows.
exactly what I was
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
through. And believe me, if she was not calling, I wouldn't even bother
But that's
to call
yeah.
anyone. Maybe
I have
during the
that one person
weekend, me and
actually
my husband can
who
go to the
does
market
like
and do all that.
she
But
she does the most like
random good
random things,
things.
and she gifts a lot. Gifting doesn't mean that she's going to gift you the whole world, but she can come. There was okay. Take this as an example. There was a day she was coming to visit me. She literally bought mangoes. But she remembered in our conversation that I told her I love
Love
mangoes.
money.
So on her way, she stopped by like and she bought mangoes, and we were having some. So I really have. I think I have that person. No, I think I have that person in my circle. So here is this one. To wrap up the podcast, let me ask you something.
Okay.
You know, this one is like, mm, I would tell you something. I'll read a line to you,
Okay.
and then if you have something you want to say to that person, you can say it.
Why am I laughing already? Okay.
I want to set a trap for you.
Go on.
No, no, no. You should trust me. You
Okay.
trust me.
I trust you.
So, okay. So the person who always shows up for you, what do you have to say to that person? Assuming the person is listening and would listen, what I need to say to that person who always shows up for you.
God bless you. And
Aww.
may you never lack help.
Aww.
In fact, it's
Let's
just
tap
prayers
into
I
that
have for
prayer.
you.
Amen. Okay. To that person who let me down when I needed you the most. Say it with your full chest. Say it with your full chest.
Thunder.
It's half. It's half. Who let me down when I needed? Well, to that person who let
But
me down when I needed you most. Your own they wait for you for front. Wait for you. If they come, if they play, don't worry. Okay. To the friend you grew apart from, but still think about.
best is for life.
Aww. For me, I have that one
Because I
friend.
have one, yeah.
Yeah, who, we grew apart because life has life. Or the life is life, right? But I still think of her, and I just want to say that she knows herself, or they know themselves, because they're not like they're more than two. I think of you, I see you, I'm rooting for you, and I know that you're going to do great and big things in life. And when you actually do it, we'll be there to cheers and clap for you and provide that support for you. So this last one says, to the person I've never thanked for helping.
I apologize for not saying thank you or
in that
appreciating you.
moment.
Yes, in that moment, because some
Aww.
people might see it as this person is not appreciative. So thank you, and thank you. God bless you.
Oh, I wish I'm that person. If I'm the one listening, I'm like, oh, thank
And I'm
you.
sorry for not apologizing
Apologizing.
earlier.
You probably
Oh, so
didn't realize.
I mean, thanking earlier.
Yeah. So you probably did not realize
Mm,
that you didn't say thank you.
mm,
And if the person is a good person, the person will not count it.
yeah.
Yeah. Because not, well, we remember to say thank you, but for me, I extend graces. If you don't tell me thank you, I'm not going to count it for you. Especially if I have a deep relationship with you, because
You.
I know that you're also going to extend me that, help when I need it.
Yes.
Yeah. So your circle may not be loud or extravagant or perfect, but it just has to be real, something you can pour love into. I know you think most of the time people don't get it, but here at Enigma Woman community, we get it, and we are part of your circle too. So please don't forget to subscribe to your new circle, Enigma Woman.
Yes.
Yeah,
So.
don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click that notification button. Also, share your thoughts and your comments. Who knows, we might see it and give you a shout out on the show, on the podcast. And we love you. Follow us across all social media
Yeah.
handles at Enigma Woman Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and Thread, Facebook. And on X, it's Enigma Woman Pod. And please, we love you. Mwah. Thank you for listening. Thank you for finding this conversation interesting or sticking with us till this point of the podcast. Please share to that one sister or brother or family or friend you think needs this conversation, and we love you.
And don't forget to be a support system to someone.
Be nice, be kind until we come your way again.